Hi class, last session we talked about the phases of the moon. Well, this session we're going to talk about why we have the different seasons, like spring, winter, summer, fall. Do you have any idea? Well, that's what we're going to learn about. So I want you to sit back, watch this little video I have, listen for some vocabulary words, as well as listen for some numbers that could fill in this phrase, one rotation takes. So are you ready? Here we go.
You know that Earth orbits the sun, right? And that it takes a full year for our planet to complete its orbit. Earth also rotates like a slightly tilted spinning top. Earth remains tilted in the same direction all year round as we orbit the sun. But that means the sun's light shines differently on Earth at different times of the year. Let's look at Earth when it's winter in the northern hemisphere. Observe how the North Pole tips away from the sun. This means that sunlight strikes the northern hemisphere at a shallow angle for a short period of time. This is why winter weather is generally cool, with short days and long nights. As Earth orbits the sun, we move towards spring in the northern hemisphere. Now Earth is tilted neither toward nor away from the sun, as day and night are about equal in length. As we make our way to the summer months, notice that Earth is still tilted in the same direction, only now on the other side of our orbit. The North Pole is tipping toward the sun. Sunlight strikes the northern hemisphere more directly, and the sun stays in the sky for a longer time. Compared to winter, summer days are warmer, and the sun stays in the sky much longer. Notice, too, that while it's summer in the northern hemisphere, it's winter in the southern hemisphere. Because of Earth's tilt, the seasons are reversed. We observed how Earth's tilt creates the different seasons throughout the year. How does this affect life? Plant life and other photosynthesizers, we call them primary producers, depend on sunlight. They respond to the changes in the seasons. Earth-orbiting satellites measure the amount of carbon dioxide absorbed by these primary producers. Bright regions on this map show where they devour the most carbon dioxide, turning light from the sun into oxygen and natural sugars. In spring, when sunshine strikes the cold waters of the North Pacific, productivity skyrockets. Phytoplankton and other microscopic photosynthesizers form the base of the ocean food web, and all ocean life responds to changes in the seasons. On land, forests grow green during the spring, brightening the continents. During winter, continents in this view turn dark from a lack of photosynthesis.
I hope you picked up on several of the new words. So, there was rotate, there was revolve, sunlight, hemisphere, and revolution. Those were some of our new words. And now we're going to go on to our next idea. I hope you're ready. See you in a few. Hi class, this is our Easel Project. And on here we are going to work together to go through the Earth cards, the season cards, and yes, there will be phases of the moon cards. What I'm going to suggest is for you to answer, instead of using the pen, this one right here, use the text. If there's something that you want to highlight, you can press on this, and then that way I know that you have a question with anything, and then if you want to erase, you use this button right here. That's the delete, okay? So we're going to be using the text button. And Over here is how you decrease the size. So we're going to go to size 9, and you can use, if you're using the pen, you can use whatever color you want here. All right, we're only going to go through about 15 of the questions, and you can go through the rest on your own if you would like, and I will see your responses to those. And then we have another set of questions that are a fill in the blank, which is a diagram that you will also do on your own, and those will be sent to me. And there's vocabulary words that you're going to put into sentences through the Easel, and that will also be sent to me, and that will be your assessment. If you have trouble with any of the words, you can use your Spanish-English dictionaries. And since we are doing this virtually and you don't have your classroom buddy, your parent can be your classroom buddy to help you out with this. Okay, so let's get started. The Northern Hemisphere is having summer at what position? Okay. That's right. Thank you, Maria. You are correct. It is A. And your responses will stay, they won't go away. Earth's motion of spinning is on its axis is called some people are having some trouble with their keyboards. There we go. Is it revolution? Are we sure about that? Let's think about that again. That's right, it is not revolution. What would be the correct response? It's rotation, that's right, rotation. And it's okay if you get an answer wrong. It's okay, because that's why we're doing this together. So that way we can learn as we go along. So rotation. So if number 2 is rotation, the Earth's motion of traveling around the sun is called, what would that one be? That's right, this one would be your revolution. And it's okay, we're just getting those backwards. You just have to look. There's rotating going on there, and revolution is going around. So it's rotating on its axis, and it's revolving as it's going around the sun here. So that's what you have to remember, is revolving around, rotating on its axis. Okay? It takes the Earth to travel from position A, right here, to position C. How long does it take? Length of time. Maria, I see you wrote 6, but what do you mean? 6 days, 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks? What do you mean? You need to be real specific when you are writing down your numbers. 6 miles. That could be an answer. You're right, it is 6 months. The Earth, as the Earth moves around the sun, the North Pole always points. This is the South Pole down here. This is the North Pole up top. So you've got north, you've got south. So where is the North Pole pointing up here? You can name it two different ways. Okay, does anybody, thank you, Chantal. That is correct. Now, can somebody else give me another response? And think of, that's right, Xavier, North Star. One rotation takes, and this is the one that I wanted you to listen to in the video. One rotation takes 24 hours, or the equivalent of 1 day. Excellent. Oh, it doesn't appear it's going to let me go to the other slides. There we go. I apologize. I had to move that to get to my other time frame. There we go. We're back in the screen. One revolution takes another number. Remember, be real specific. What is the time frame? One year. That is correct. But a year is 365 days. This one is actually 365.25. So just a wee bit longer. And our Earth has seasons because you can throw out all kinds of answers. Looks like someone was trying to respond with a word. What were we trying to respond with, Jacob? Axis. What were you trying to respond with? There we go. Axis tilted. Is that what you're trying to get to? Yes, the axis is tilted. And what else? Can I get another response? Okay, I'm going to have to move that where I can see it. Revolves around the sun. So the axis is tilted, the Earth's axis is tilted, and it revolves around the sun. Thank you, Jacob, and thank you, Maria. You are right. So the Earth's axis is tilted and it revolves around the sun. All right, question 9. People living in the northern hemisphere have the longest periods of daylight and position. Take a look here. Remember, the hemisphere is what divides. We have hemispheres. You've got the northern and the southern hemispheres. We're divided in the middle. Okay? That's right. Thank you, Isaac. You did get that right. Thank you. And at what position, at position D, over here, see where my cursor is? The sun's most direct rays are hitting the what on the earth? We're looking at D, right here where my finger is. What are they hitting? All right, Isaac, thank you. Excellent. All right, here's another number. Blank degrees is the angle of the Earth's axis, the Earth's tilt on its axis. It's not 90 degrees. What would be the number? All right, Nehemiah, you hit that out of the ballpark. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna look. You've got two sides of the earth. Here is the equator. Here is, it's tilted on its axis. So you're being asked, which letter is pointing to the side of the earth that is experiencing day? And I'm going to pull this answer over here. And Maria, why would you think that? You said it's brighter and it's facing away from the sun? Okay. It does appear brighter, doesn't it? So we'll look into that one. Okay. All right, let's move on to our next set of questions. And we will be finishing up here in this grouping. Why does the moon appear to be so bright in the sky? This could have some response to Maria's. Because it what? Maria, you jumped right on that, and so did Noah. So where does the sun belong in this diagram? Okay, that's a good response, Noah. But we're looking for north, south, right side, left side, above, below, a little bit more of a directional position. Thank you. That's a little bit more clarity. Thank you for that. All right. So 15 and 16 are going to be our last two. The days when the earth is most tilted towards the sun, June 21st and December 21st, are called what are they called? That's right, Jenna, they're called the solstices. And then when the earth is not tilted toward or away from the sun, what are they called then? And this is when you can use your dictionaries. The equinoxes. So we've gone through 16 of the 30 questions. What I'm going to have you do is finish them up on your own. And remember, if there's something you are confused about and still have a question, highlight it. I want you to highlight something that you do not understand, and that's okay. And you're going to go through and finish up. Some of it will still be from our previous lesson, and that way I will get a better understanding of what you do know and what you do not know. Thank you. Hi students, as I mentioned in the last segment, this is your seasons concept map, and you are going to again use your easel to fill this in, and it will come directly to me. You can use the text button, you can use the pen button, and don't forget about the erase button if you make a mistake. Here is your phrase bank, which is your vocabulary words to fill in these spaces over here. If you notice, the word earth has already been used and it has been marked out, so you're going to want to do that as well. And if you put in the vocabulary words and you start to read, you'll realize how it makes sense as you go through it. And then when you get down to the next page, which is part 2, it's asking you to take 2 of the vocabulary words and turn them into sentences. For example, the Earth's orbit is the path our planet follows as it revolves around the sun. So this is going to be your journaling, because science is not just about observation and making discoveries, it's also about writing what you observe down. So that way we know what you have learned. So this is what you're going to do for me, and this will also be part of your assessment. So you're going to do that for 10 different sets of words, okay? And this again will come straight to me, but if you do not feel comfortable using the easel and you want to do this in your journal itself, that's fine. You can do that. You just need to take a picture and you can upload that directly to my email. And again, you can use your Spanish English dictionary. If you have any issues with a word, you're welcome to write that in Spanish. That is perfectly fine. And since we are doing this online and you don't have your study buddy, your parent is your study buddy. So they can help you find words to write your explanations out. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email me. I will be happy to assist you as we go along through this. All right, happy writing.